In a world of social media and information at our fingertips, we're bombarded with health advice.
From miracle medicines that do more harm than good,
all of my limbs felt weak. I couldn't formulate a sentence.
To rip-off remedies that waste your money.
As long as they make the money, they actually don't care what they're doing to people.
we're here for when you don't know what to trust.
It felt like somebody's taken advantage of me in a very vulnerable situation.
We'll shine a light on medical malpractice and criminal behaviour.
What sort of person would do this to you and leave you in a mess like that?
It's just been a horrible, horrible experience.
And answer all your questions to help you take your health into your own hands.
I was like, if this is going to help me, I'll take it.
This is Con or Cure.
Welcome to Con or Cure, the show that makes sure you know the warning signs to spot if you think you're being scammed, swindled or lied to when it comes to your health.
We've got your back when it comes to sussing out the latest health trends and must-have gadgets.
And we'll be joined by our waiting room of volunteers from all across the UK. People like you who are here to give us their opinions and experiences when it comes to what they're buying, trying and believing in the health world.
Coming up in today's show, we speak to men whose hair loss medication caused them more harm than they could have imagined.
Anything from numbness, panic attacks, crazy suicidal thoughts and depression.
Hair loss is something many men experience in their lifetime, but when a so-called cure brings about worse side effects than you could imagine, it doesn't seem like such a cure after all.
Anything from numbness, panic attacks, crazy suicidal thoughts and depression, strange sweating, lack of neurological sensation with touch, taste, sensitivities, a complete tethering of a brain and body disconnect is how I would explain it.
Around 6.5 million men in the UK are currently affected by hair loss. One of the most commonly used treatments is a medication called Finasteride. It's a prescription medication that's not given on the NHS for male pattern baldness, but can be bought through private pharmacies or hair loss clinics.
Sean, a HR professional from London, started taking Finasteride when he noticed he was losing hair.
As I've entered my mid-30s, I've noticed some slight recedes on my temples. It was a close relative who recommended it, and there was many online pharmacies I could choose from. Tablets I took, that was 14 in total at 1 milligram, and I took the 14 tablets every other day. The leaflet said that in rare occasions, there are men who suffer temporary side effects whilst on the drug, which are related to libido and depression.
The science behind it is that Finasteride works by stopping the conversion of the hormone testosterone into another hormone called dihydrotestosterone, which can lead to hair loss. But rather than helping Sean with his hair loss, he started experiencing some worrying symptoms.
So after about 3 weeks of taking Finasteride, I started to experience body numbness. I did suffer from a rash, which didn't disappear, and I also suffered from stomach issues. So I stopped taking Finasteride after about 4 weeks. 2 weeks after I ceased taking the medication, I experienced something which was called a crash. All of my limbs felt weak. I couldn't formulate a sentence. My speech was slurring. I had terrible chronic fatigue, panic attacks, crazy suicidal thoughts and depression, strange sweating. I couldn't, for sure, look after myself.
Unsure what was wrong, Sean got a taxi to the hospital the next morning.
They did some basic tests which measured blood pressure and how my body reacted to certain stimuli. They said they couldn't do anything because I wasn't in pain, and they just discharged me. I had to have my partner care for me. I couldn't do basic things. Due to the muscle weakness and muscle pain, I couldn't move around too much. I didn't really feel like I was in control of my life at all. Little things became obstacles, little things became chores.
And Sean isn't alone. We've spoken to several men from all across the UK who've told us about the various devastating side effects they've also suffered after taking Finasteride. Sam from Brighton took a single pill in March 2023.
Started to see targeted advertisements on my social media. I ordered some from an online pharmacy, and on the 1st of March, I took my one and only pill of finasteride. Within a matter of hours, my heart was really pumping really fast. I started to get quite a bit of pain in my testes and penis, and just severe low mood and anxiety, and joint pain and stomach issues. Exactly at the 14-day mark, all of the symptoms I previously experienced were magnified 100-fold.
In April last year, the Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency, the MHRA, completed a review into finasteride and issued a warning about the potential for serious sexual and psychological side effects. Their inquiry revealed over 400 people had reported issues with sexual dysfunction, and 281 people had reported depressed mood disorders online. There are thousands of men around the world like Sean and Sam who say that these symptoms start after they have finished taking finasteride, and research is ongoing into what they have called post-finasteride syndrome. We spoke to 10 men who have all suffered similar symptoms after they stopped taking the medication. Both Sean and Sam have seen specialist doctors to try and find a cure, but Sam is still suffering from his symptoms, and 5 months after Sean stopped taking finasteride, some of his symptoms remain.
As soon as I wake up, I'm greeted with mechanical tinnitus in both ears for most of the day. When I step outside, I have to wear a low cap or sunglasses because my vision is distorted. It's hard for me to make decisions. It's hard for me to plan a future for myself.
In September last year, an FOI request to the MHRA revealed that 228 men got in touch with them about their adverse reaction to finasteride. The MHRA say these numbers do not directly equate to the number of people who might actually suffer adverse reactions, just those who report it.
We made contact with Organon, the manufacturers. This is what they had to say. The MHRA is satisfied that known side effects are already included in the summary of products' characteristics and patient's information leaflet. We are working to introduce a patient alert card to raise awareness of potential adverse effects. So men taking this medication will be able to more clearly make a fully informed decision going forward.
Well, thank you so much to Sean and Sam for helping us raise awareness around this. Now I want to bring in Janine Jolly, who's from the Medicines Healthcare Regulatory Authority, the MHRA, the branch of the UK government that deals with drugs. Janine, it's lovely to see you. You do these sort of risk-benefit analysis of medications. So when we think about something like finasteride, how do you consider that? You know, the benefits of restoring hair compared to the risks of potentially life-threatening problems?
So for drugs on the market, my team have medications under continuous review. Any new data that comes to light through new scientific studies is assessed so that we can be assured that the benefits of the drug outweigh the risks. And all of that evidence can inform decisions about how could we mitigate those risks further.
How do you get the risks across to people?
So the onus is on the prescriber to ensure that the patient is fully aware of the benefits and the risks. One of the additional risk mitigation measures that MHRA has introduced is the patient alert card. And the thinking behind that is to really enable that people taking finasteride are aware up front, if you like, that there are potential side effects to the drug.
What does that patient alert card do?
So the information that's in the patient information leaflet, which is inside the packet once you have been prescribed a medication, what the alert card does is put those warnings, if you like, on the outside of the packet so that you can absolutely see at the point of access what the potential side effects of the drug may be. In the case of this review, we came to the conclusion that we needed that patient alert card to be available to patients at the point of access and not relying just on the patient information leaflet inside the box.
So what would you say, I suppose, to someone like me, or even to me, who's thinking about finasteride, but now this new card has arrived and we're aware the risks are higher? How should I think about it?
So it's an individual decision. You have to consider those benefits and those risks for yourself. What we would say to anyone, and what the patient information leaflet says, is to stay vigilant for potential side effects. If you do feel that you are experiencing side effects, talk to your healthcare professional immediately and report to MHRA via Yellow Card.
Janine, thank you so much for coming in.